Hola clase. This is the first video of the module on history of the Spanish language. In this series of videos, we will see how the Spanish language came to be. But to understand how language was formed, we need to see all the different peoples that have contributed to the language. Before we begin presenting the history of the Spanish language, let's see in what countries is Spanish spoken. This map shows the countries where Spanish is an official language. As you can see, Spanish is official in most Latin America, from Mexico to Argentina. There is one large country in South America, Brazil, where Portuguese is the official language, not Spanish. Spanish is also official in Spain, Europe, and in one African country, Equatorial Guinea. There are two limitations about this map. First, it only shows the countries where Spanish is official, but Spanish is widely spoken in other places without being the official language. And this is not reflected in this map. The second limitation of the map is that it does not reflect the fact that other languages might be spoken and even co-official with Spanish in these countries. But we will see this in future lessons. Where to start? We will begin talking about how and when Spanish was formed in this place, the Iberian Peninsula, La Península Ibérica. You might recognize some of the places in the Iberian Peninsula today. First, when we talk about all this territory, we will refer to as Iberian Peninsula. And you might also recognize these countries, Portugal, and Spain, España. These islands here are the Balearic Islands, Islas Baleares, in the Mediterranean Sea. And this is Morocco, Marruecos, and here we have Francia. But at the time when our history begins, there was no Spain and no Portugal, so we will refer to the territory as the Iberian Peninsula for the time being. Finally, before we begin the module on history of the Spanish language, let's see an overview of the different historical periods we will study. The key historical period for the Spanish language and other Romance languages, such as French, Italian, or Portuguese, is the Roman invasion and the establishment of the Roman Empire. But the peoples who inhabited the Iberian Peninsula before the Roman Empire was established also contributed to the Spanish language, and we will refer to them as a group as the pre-Roman peoples. The Roman Empire came to an end with the Germanic invasion and the invasion of some Germanic warrior tribes, which took place in the 5th century. After a little bit more than 2 centuries, the Arab invasion initiated a long period of Islamic rule in the Iberian Peninsula. Some Christian kingdoms were formed in the north of the Iberian Peninsula and started a race to conquer or reconquer this territory under a Christian rule. In our next video, we will talk about the pre-Roman peoples and their contribution to the Spanish language.